Hello everyone. Today's episode on your first year is going to be on feedings, and I'm going to make this real simple. The first 6 months of life, guys, the most important thing is to feed either breast milk, either by nursing at the breast or through a bottle, or whichever way you want to give it, which is the actual number one way to feed your baby the first 6 months, or formula. And usually you begin with a cow's base milk formula, unless there's a known allergy to cow's milk in the child. Okay? Again, the first 6 months is breast milk preferred over formula. But if for whatever reason you're unable to feed breast milk, formula is the next best thing. Period. Do not give your child free water, plain water, in the first 6 months. They do not need it. The kidneys are not well developed. You do not want to dilute out the natural salts in your baby, which can promote the onset of seizures. It does not cause seizures, but it can promote it if there's a setup. So please do not give free water. The other thing that is important in the first 6 months of life, if you're giving formula, the formula, if not ready-made, pre-made by the formula company, you should mix as directed. Mix as directed. And most formulas is 1 scoop per 2 ounces of water. You put the 2 ounces of water first, and then you put 1 scoop. Do not pack the scoop. Do not overflow the scoop. Do not short the scoop. 1 scoop of formula per 2 ounces of water. Very important, because you change the concentration if it's not made correctly. Excuse me. At 6 months of age, you can introduce water in between feedings. You can also give your child fruits, vegetables, and single grain cereals. Okay, fruits, vegetables, and single grain cereals. You may prepare your own fruits and vegetables, but if you do not season it. Do not add salt. And of course, make it up fresh, or when you make it up, make sure you freeze it, like putting it in a deep freezer if you're not going to use it right away. And if you're going to just put it in a regular freezer, make sure you determine by checking it out how long you can keep it up there without having problems with feeding it to your baby. Okay? So again, at 6 months of age, between 6 and 9 months of age, you can introduce fruits, vegetables, and single grain cereals. It is important that you add 1 new food per 5 to 7 days, because if there is an allergic reaction, then you will know what caused the reaction. So 1 new fruit or vegetable every 5 to 7 days. I strongly recommend that if you're starting feeds at 6 months, start with like oatmeal. Do not add it to the bottle, but feed it out of a spoon. The reason for starting with oatmeal will help with bowel movements, because as you add foods, you may change how your baby passes bowel movements. Some foods make your little one more constipated, okay? And when you start feedings, you can do it 1 feeding per day, or you can do it 1 feeding twice a day, or 1 feeding every 3 times a day, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Again, I would start with oatmeal. Then I would do a green vegetable. Start with your green vegetables before your yellow-orange ones, because once they get used to the yellow-orange ones, they may not like the green vegetables as well. So I'd start like oatmeal, do like green peas or green beans, then do a fruit, then do probably your rice cereal. Just remember, when you add rice cereal, rice can be constipating, okay? So it's important that you have some kind of vegetable or fruit that's not going to make your child even more constipated. Okay? So you can go through all your fruits and vegetables and except for stay away from citrus fruits in the first year of life. You do not need citrus fruits like orange and things like that. Again, if you're preparing the food yourself, you want to puree it. Make sure it's the right consistency for your baby. Okay? Do not add salts to your vegetables or seasoning. They do not need those things. Okay? So, again, start with oatmeal, do a green vegetable, do a fruit. You can go then to rice cereal in case your child has diarrhea and you need to do something to help thicken up the bowel movements, and rice can do that. After you've gone through the rice cereal, again, alternate the vegetables and the fruits every 5 to 7 days until you've gone through all of them. Do not feed foods that are thicker than pureed baby foods, okay? As far as choking purposes. At 9 months of age, you can add meats, like you can do chicken and you can do any of the, turkey, things like that. But make sure if you're not giving it in baby food, and again, do not use mixed baby foods, do solely like chicken, and any of the things that you've already fed the baby is no longer new. So the fruits and vegetables are no longer new, so you can add a meat during one of the meals. But one new item per 5 to 7 days, again, in case there's an allergic reaction. All right. Now, it is important also at 6 months of age, I would start adding a sippy cup so that you can save your baby's teeth when they start coming in. And I recommend that you use a 360 cup instead of a cup with a spout, which will be against the teeth. You do not want your baby walking around when they start walking with a cup in their mouth at all times. Again, that will rot the teeth and lead to what we call milk bottle caries, even though it's a sippy cup, okay? It is important to get your baby off the bottle as soon as possible. If you start a sippy cup at 6 months of age, usually within 1 to 2 months, you can be totally on a sippy cup for all liquids that are taken in, water and formula. It is not a good idea to give juices, okay? Juice is not necessary in the diet. It is preferred to have fruit versus juices. Unless you're making your homemade juice where sugar is not added. Again, you don't want your baby to get used to things that you don't want to be doing all the time afterwards. So I recommend fruit over juice. I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back with you. Again, this is to help you as far as feedings in the first year of life. Have a great day. Okay, guys, so in closing this video, just wanted to remind you that when you're doing feedings, the schedule of the feedings will be about the same as you were doing when you were doing a bottle only or nursing at the breast only. So your child should be eating about every 3 to 4 hours. When you're adding the fruits and vegetables, you only need to do that, like I would do that like if you're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it'll be max 3 times a day. The feedings in between should be either breast milk only or formula only. And sometimes you may only do water depending on what the baby is requiring for growth purposes. This is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave them in the comments and I will send you a response. If you think this video will be helpful to others, please share this video. I thank you for your time and have a great day.